So that kind of brings me to the next question I was going to ask. What are some of the you're this is great because working as the instructor at the Bayview YMCA, I'd like to think that you've got your finger on the pulse of the youth and the kids are in there and they're talking to you about what they like. What do you
Mhm.
think of new music right now? Is there something that you really enjoy? Are there people that you really dig? Are there things that the kids that come in talk to you about and you go like, oh, that's cool, or I don't know about that. What do you think?
Uh, I don't like the new hip hop
Yeah.
too much nowadays.
What are you listening to?
So
What are you liking?
I've been listening to a lot of like, or honestly listening to a lot of old school stuff. Like I've been getting back
Mm.
to like when I was barely walking, like the '90s or the
Hmm.
'80s, because I feel I'm like, because I didn't like the music when my mom or dad was playing it, but now that I'm at a certain age, it's starting to finally speak to me. So to me, it's almost like it's new music because
Yeah.
now I'm finally understanding the words. So I've been listening to a lot of that lately. At work, driving,
Yeah.
yeah, those kind of things. And then it's kind of weird, but I've been listening to a lot of like old like animation movie music.
Hmm. That's all. Like
Like
what?
like
Like
have you
sound?
ever watched this movie called like Cats Don't Dance?
Nah.
Nah.
It's an animated
Or
film,
like
but
yeah,
it
yeah,
has
yeah.
it's like soundtrack music or is it score?
Yeah,
So the score to the movie, the animated movie.
right, yeah.
So mostly instrumental stuff.
But it's crazy how huh?
Mostly instrumental.
Mostly instrumental. Um and mostly like particular to that movie too. It's not like a song they just like kind of like spit on onto the movie.
Mm.
But yeah, like you said, soundtrack. But how just you to just hear how much time they put into it, especially back in those days, and that's the kind of stuff I want to tap into with the kids. So I always show them like small movie clips, especially when it comes to rhythm. And just how much different rhythms are put into these places, because they had to not only bring in the audience but keep an audience entertained for like an hour. So they have to like always switch it up. So I always try to
Well, it's like they're
show
building
them
to the
different
scene,
rhythms.
and they're
Huh?
building to the scene, the specific scene, right? If you're making a movie and you're providing the
Yeah, yeah,
score,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the artists that work
Right.
on those things, they always look at the scene. Um, and I mean, you can do it so many different ways, right? You can make it like, uh, you could do
You can make it more like sad or
yeah,
uplifting
well,
or
it's motion based,
right.
but it can be more percussive based, right? Or you can do stuff that's more like pads
Instrumental
and
bass,
synths
just
and strings.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's really interesting. In
Uh-huh.
some movies, I just watched this horror movie the other night, and my wife and I, it's called Barbarian. This is a gnarly movie.
Mm.
It's Halloween time. I like scary movies, so I always watch some of those. But we both commented on how unique the sound design in the score was. They would just use
It
these like
always is.
really interesting, like weird scraping noises. When you could tell the production had all this, like processing on it, and it was just really heavy and intense.
Mhm.
And it wasn't a lot of it was score disguised as sound effects or background, like sound in the film. Um, so you listen to it, you're like, well, that actually kind of does have like a musicality to it, even though it's not really
Yeah.
musical. And some of that percussion stuff can be like that too, or sometimes it doesn't seem very rhythmic, and other times it's really rhythmic. I always found that to be kind of interesting.
Mhm. And you're not really paying attention to it, but if you really stop for a sec, it's like, whoa, that's actually like good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like how you
totally.
said, it's really rhythmic. You kind of paying attention to the scene, but it's actually adding so much to the scene that you have to like kind of stop and stare for a minute. Like, whoa, like how much
Yeah.
time did that take? So, but to answer your question, I'm not really into any like modern day music. Every time they tell me their favorite rapper, I have no clue who Little Turkey or whoever they listen to now is.
Little turkey. You're hilarious.
Always Meadow
It's
something.
silly. I
I don't know
know.
who nobody is.
I swear to God, if any rapper comes out now, he's got the name Lil something. I immediately am like hard pass. I was like, you
Or
might as well
babies.
say like got milk. Oh, really? That
Yeah,
coming up with something fresh, are we?
man.